getting ready to bring to the stage our very own Jason Resnick to introduce his Fireside with Pierce Crosby from Trading View. Let's give him a hand, guys.
Hello, I'm back. I don't know if you guys know Pierce. Pierce has been in the industry for many years. Would you start at Reuters?
Started at Reuters back in 2011, 2010.
You were a writer there?
I was a writer. I started as a researcher for Breaking Views, which is the financial column for Reuters.
Didn't like Felix Salen run that or something?
Felix sat next to me, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you know him?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Wow. I don't know if you guys know him. Felix is like this, hey,
Original blogger
we got a
back
fire
in the day.
graphic. Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
I like that. So it's Fireside, get it?
That's nice.
Are you feeling any warmer? You know?
It's
Okay.
pretty warm.
All right.
I mean, it's freezing cold in here.
So yeah, so Pierce has been in the industry. He was at Reuters, StockTwits, and now Trading View. You know, I guess I kind of just told people about your history, but is there anything else you would like to add in that I missed?
No, I mean, been in media for a long time. I think core transition was from the print side to actually doing digital, and then from standard journalism to crowdsourced, and the whole idea of media as a service, but media as a platform. So.
Interesting. Okay, media as a platform. Wait. So media as a service, media as a platform. So say more on that, I guess.
Well, the idea of like opening up the network so that people can actually contribute content versus, if you're a standard journalistic publication, Reuters, MarketWatch, Dow Jones, you produce content and the consumer really is just, reading versus contributing themselves.
Got it. So sort of crowdsourced as well, not just one way. Okay, that makes sense. So you joined Trading View how long ago?
April.
April. Yeah. Was it April Fool's Day?
It was not April Fool's Day.
Okay.
No, it's April 14th, something like that.
Good.
Yeah.
It wasn't tax day. Okay.
It's not tax day.
What's I'm
Tax
trying
cleared.
for the jokes, guys. I don't know. there is a comedian here later at 6:30 during the award show. There really is.
Yeah, we got to warm the
comedians.
people up.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I know my jokes. They say I have dad jokes, but I don't know. So what's your role there at Trading View?
So I'm the GM for the Americas. So obviously Trading View's grown massively internationally, but we've been slow and steady in the US, and so the idea that we were solidifying the team here and actually building out the operation both on the marketing side, partnership side, and commercial side overall.
Got it. Okay. Now, what is Trading View today versus what it was 5 years ago? Because I remember like 3 years ago. Because I remember like the guys like multi-charts. Is that how it kind of came about?
Yeah. So the two founders literally met when they were 6 years old. They've been building technology together for a long time, and one of the first projects everybody knows is eSignal. They basically built some of the core trading tech for eSignal. Then they started working for TradeStation as a contractor, so they built some of the stuff that they now have at TradeStation. And multi-charts was the first product that they built themselves. The idea was desktop trading software. Previous to everything going to the web, you downloaded this big package and it came with a bunch of data, a bunch of charting solutions. And it literally, it's a big company by itself. And so they took that to the next level and basically said, why don't we make this for the web? And that was the idea for Trading View.
So do they still actively do multi-charts, or is that not a thing anymore?
Multi-charts is basically like a side hustle, but it has nothing to do with the main business.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then and I know you guys probably have seen around at the awards and our events, Stan Brokoff, who's here. So another person to network with at Trading View.
Yeah.
What are some new product releases coming out, and what are some that just came out?
Yeah, so more and more, I guess, like versus what Trading View was back in the day. Previously started as just charting, and now we're thinking of it as more of a platform where people can connect with each other, trade, invest, chart, but then also connect to their favorite brokerage accounts. So one of the big things that we've been doing this year is connecting all of the broker dealers to our platform. So you can use, say, TradeStation as a platform, but if you like our service, you shouldn't be limited by that. And so we're just providing the connectivity to basically every broker dealer so that they can trade on Trading View. And the acquisition of TradeIt, which happened a little bit earlier this year, about January, February, was part of that same thesis, right? Basically, we want to provide the pipes between platforms so that the next generation of trading platforms might not be the broker dealer, but it could very much be MarketWatch.com or Yahoo Finance, who's a partner of TradeIt.
Got it. So and trade it. I think that was Nathan Richardson, and what it did, it helped sync your accounts to, so like you could trade anywhere on any website basically and sync your accounts, right? That's the idea.
Yeah, I mean connectivity across the entire media landscape, right? So obviously everybody wants trading. You can launch your own broker-dealer, or you can use basically this as a tool to still provide your users with trading and investing, but you don't have to do both in a lot of cases.
Now, TradingView has obviously grown. What's the team look like? Is it tons of developers, tons of product people, or what is it? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's funny because even when I joined, I didn't realize just the scale that they've already built out. We have more than 30 offices around the globe. And what I mean 30 offices, it's usually like 2 or 3 people in a region. But in total, we're about 250 people. 150 of those are developers, engineers, product, design, and they are 100% focused on the core technology. Then we have the business team and kind of the global operations team, which is scattered throughout Japan, Singapore, Brazil. Obviously, we're building up the headquarters in London now, and then building out New York.
I always wonder when you have so many like people in different places, how do you manage all that? Is it like one person like coordinates the guys in like 10 offices? Like, is it a Slack conversation? Like, how do?
Yeah.
I'm just like asking for advice for people.
Yeah, how do you scale?
Or I'm asking
Sure.
for a friend. I don't know. How do you scale? Oh.
No. Scaling is, I think for this company, is all about operationalizing a lot of what the day-to-day management is. So if you automate a lot of your job, you're allowed to just have it run itself. So these guys have built kind of global growth teams by basically building a framework, and then people can use that as a tool rather than operating on an individual basis. So they built fantastic frameworks for the business side, product side, and so the workflow is seamless. So whether we're working with, whether we're building all the core charting technology for someone like Thomson Reuters, or whether we're working with a very large media publication like Investopedia, we have a very standardized workflow. And if you standardize everything, you can really grow it at a much more elevated pace and scale.
So they focused on that in the early days, standardizing things like that?
Yeah, I think that's one of the big differentiators is really kind of workflow management and learning how to build systems that you can then plug people into. So if we hire a new team in Japan tomorrow, we have the support and kind of infrastructure built around them so they can really just plug in and go.
Got it. And how much money, I know about 6 months ago maybe, TradingView raised a decent sized round. About how much money has TradingView raised?
Early 2018, so about a year ago, but 37 million. Insight Venture
million?
Partners. Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Small amount of money. I mean, broadly speaking, I think that, no, I mean, it's a very strategic investment because Insight as a partner is globally scaled, and so they have an operational expertise that we would love to compound on. Jump is also an investor, as well as DRW, who are very big proponents of fintech in general. Insight invests across the board in a lot of different companies, but Jump and DRW really provide that kind of depth of knowledge within the category. But
Kim Trotman, she was a judge, I think, last year out of Chicago, and the Jump guy was too.
Peter.
Both, Peter and
both great
Kim.
guys. Or both, no, sorry, Kim is a woman, of course, but yeah, they're amazing.
No, and but by the way, women sometimes refer to themselves as, like, I was walking by and like, hey, let's go, guys, and I was like, you guys are all women. Like, oh, we all say guys.
Fair.
So that's the way, I guess, interchangeable. So the $37 million, you put it in the bank and you're using it for this new part where you're having some new partner announcements, brokerage stuff. What are you guys doing in that sphere?
Yeah, I mean, the main, I guess, reason for the capital is expansion on the team side, but we have a bunch of, I guess, upcoming things that we think are strategic opportunities. I would say some are more capital intensive than others. One of the biggest ones that we can talk about is the acquisition of more data. TradingView has today licenses with something like 75 exchanges around the world. So if you want real-time data from Indian Stock Exchange, you cannot get that pretty much anywhere unless you have a premium subscription to something. We're able to give that away for free, basically. And
so like in India, so how much traffic do you have in India?
India, it's a tiny market for us, actually.
Oh, okay.
And it's growing like crazy, but it's a very nascent market. It's very underdeveloped. But I mean, people are all mobile first, and our apps are in all those markets, and so mobile growth is very big for us overall. But yeah, so I think strategically, data is a big component piece of our future. But then, we have a lot of other products as well that we definitely want to build out, and those are capital intensive, and so we'll see. I mean, it's still in the works.
So you guys, the app and the web, do you guys build more for the app or for the mobile web?
For the app or for the mobile web?
Yeah, like that people going to the App Store or going to like m.tradingview.com.
Yeah. No, I mean, because our regionalization is very strong, mobile web is huge. Okay. Because people have, basically come to the platform first from, knowing the search results. I mean, if you search Apple or Google or Tesla, we're usually the top 5 in the search results just because of the platform's notoriety. Funny enough, I was looking it up, we're now ranked 6th on the similar web rankings for investing in the category. So Yahoo Finance, Fidelity.
What's the traffic on SimilarWeb?
From us?
Yeah, you said you ranked 6. So there must be a number of 60
it's about 60 million.
60 million?
Yeah.
That was my guess. That's pretty good. What you have expansion, retention, monetization. So what's your viewpoint on those 3 pillars that you focus on?
Well, I mean, the topic is kind of, I guess, what we think 2020 is all about. TradingView's expansion plans internationally are already very ambitious, so taking that home to the US is a big part of this. Monetization, we have huge user growth, but we actually have kind of a freemium model, so you can start as a free product and it's free. But for people who want more hardcore advanced features, if you're a real trader, you're gonna using something that requires you to pay anywhere from $5 to $60 a month. And then, I mean, besides that, what was the third one? Expansion?
Third one was monetization, but retention was the third
retention.
one.
Yeah, I mean, retention is offering more features.
Yep,
so
your
broker
users.
integration, et cetera.
And that's, so 2020, you're going to go harder international, you're focusing more on US, more features, more data. And that's part of like that whole global growth plan. You're not looking just to like be a niche offering. It's something where you're
it's
offering.
globally scaled. And it's on top of that, it's Switzerland, right? So we work with everybody. That's the best part about TradingView.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people who sometimes consider themselves competitors, but I think it's like frenemies, or actually not even frenemies, but more like, because frenemies gives a connotation of enemy. I think that people are going to use a lot of different things in life, just you are, and there's very few things that you're just going to use. Like a car, you may use one, but like in life, you're going to use a lot of different things. So I think a lot of these companies, and I think a lot of this event, FinTech enabling the future of banking, our list makers, which TradingView is also a winner of, it's working together and figuring out partnerships.
Yeah.
I think that's the way the world moves faster and goes around.
Yeah, and we've compartmentalized all of our business lines as well as our technology so that if one thing works for one person, then that's fine. That's all you need. Like, we're not trying to sell you this huge package of everything. And I think that way it's plug and play. I think the future is all about plug and play, whether, as Phil was saying, APIs for everything, or front-end tech, or anything in between.
Yeah, and that's the truth. I mean, all these companies you see here today, they didn't just grow by being themselves. Like Multi-Charts was a spin-off or whatever. It's partnerships, strategic, and getting the right partners to do it. You might do brokerage, but you're going to work with a bunch of different brokerage. So
I don't think we'll do it, but we work with everybody.
I'm saying you might let people transact with a bunch of different companies. You're not going to be your own brokerage. Yep. All right, that is it for Pierce from TradingView. Thank you, guys. Thank you.